Hi everybody, this is Andrea Friso from Legor, and together with my colleague Fulvio Sinisi from the plating, we will go through one example taken from our real case studies of technical assistance to show you how we reason in order to support our customers regarding problems that may have a cause in either plating or casting processes. So Fulvio, how was the visit at the customer's place?
Well, Andrea, our customer is asking our help because he's finding some issues during his plating process. In particular, he sees some defects after the plating, so he wants to understand if there is something wrong with some specific solution or during the entire plating process.
Okay, well, so let's first see the pieces. Well, I can see that there is a diffused pitting with bubbles on the surface of the item. So, what can you say about the baths, the plating baths from the customer?
Well, this kind of defect usually occurs when the level of brightness are low, or in general when the chemistry is not well balanced. But this is not the case because we already did analysis on the plating solution and all the parameters were okay. And moreover, we found this problem only on this kind of piece, on this kind of sample. In fact, I also asked for a sample without plating process. Maybe we can have a check on the base alloy.
Yeah, so after having checked that the plating bath was operating correctly, it's good that you have some samples of the base metal so we can cross-check on whether there were initial superficial issues, so to understand whether these were the actual cause for the problem. So thank you for getting these samples, and we will look them at the SEM EDX analysis. So as you can see, we have done our SEM EDX analysis, and what you can see is actually a fine porosity which occurred before the plating processes. This could be technically ascribable to sprueing issues or a lacking fluidity from the alloy, thus leading to a shrinkage, a fine shrinkage on the surface of the item.
Okay, sometimes plating companies can solve small porosity issues. Solutions could be doing a high thickness layer or do a high thickness layer, polishing and then replate again. Of course, this introduces high production costs.
Well, yes, this truly looks like an unwanted added cost to the company. In some cases, maybe there is no other chance, like for example, a subcontractor who would receive items of some kind and can't actually do extra finishing, so he must proceed with the correction via plating. But as a matter of fact, it is much better to start with an item that is free from these porosity issues, and all it takes is a bit of knowledge on how to make a casting and how to design the piece, also for what concerns feed sprues, knowledge about the alloy and the casting and processing temperatures at the casting stage.
Thank you, Andrea, for the explanation. So, I want to ask you, what are the reasons why we have this kind of porosities? I want to explain to my customer how he can fix this kind of problem, or giving him some explanations to forward to his supplier.
Well, I could say that it's important to understand the root cause for this kind of porosity and to discern the different types of porosity which occur due to several different reasons. So it could be a shrinkage porosity or a gas porosity or a mixture of the two. And for each one of these root kind of porosities, there are different reasons and different solutions. So you can see, for example, in this chart, this is a brief explanation of what kind of porosity and the root causes. So this kind of diagram you can pass to the customer, so just to give them some good ideas onto which discuss also with their end customer.
That's great. Sometimes it happens that when you see a defect on a sample, you try to address the reasons of this defect to the last steps. Instead, sometimes it would be better to analyze accurately the defect and see if there are any causes different. For example, like in this case, where the problem was the casting process.
Yes, it is important to see the whole process as a streamline, let's say. So whatever happens in the end might have several different origins. And as a matter of fact, that's our work, and we are here to help and support the market and our customer to understand these kind of issues with our technical assistance cases. So we want to give further support to understand and to know a bit more about everybody's process. In this way, it can be helpful in the everyday production life. This is the spirit of having two business units, that for metallurgy and that for plating, which work closely, and so they can give a further complete support to the end customer.
Thanks for watching the video. Our expertise, both in metallurgy and plating, are always available to find with you the best way to optimize your production.